life for the very first time through a different lens. Yesterday I didn't understand. Driving 35 with the rocket inside, didn't know what I had. Well, I've been waiting all night, my life's been waiting on me. So I'm gonna run, no, I'm gonna fly. I'm gonna know what it means to live and not just be alive. The world's gonna hear, 'cause I'm gonna shout. And I'll be dancing when circumstances drown the music out. Say I won't.
Hello everyone, Seth Andre Robinson here, welcoming you to another edition of Purpose Me, the YouTube series. I'm here today with Mr. David Woodley. Thank you of Nature's Gift Flower Shop. Thank you so much for having me.
Glad to
and for
be
doing
here.
this interview. So, this is a very a beautiful shop you have here.
Thank you very much.
Tell us the origin of Nature's Gift Flower Shop. How
Sure.
did it get started and everything?
Sure. The shop was founded in the mid-1980s.
Okay.
We're in Eagle Plaza here in Voorhees. My parents, Mary and Mike Woodley, bought the shop from the previous owner in 1991.
Okay.
And it was a dying shop at the time, Seth, and it was a real good business opportunity. And within 5 years, my mom really grew the business significantly to the point where she approached me. So the year was 1996,
Okay.
and she asked me if I'd be interested in coming aboard, training me, and the goal at the time was she would train me and then she would go on her way. And here we are 30 years later, and we're celebrating our 30th year anniversary.
Oh,
and
wow.
my 82-year-old mom is still a valuable part of this business. She's
Great.
here a couple days a week, so.
Okay, great. And so, who are the other people that help you operate the business? You said your mother
Yep.
still part of it?
Yeah, so again, she's the most valuable asset of the business, very involved. In addition to her, we have a woman by the name of Joy Freights.
Okay.
And Miss Joy has actually been with us all 30 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And she was here with the previous owner. So she's been here at this shop for just about every day of the existence.
Okay.
And so we're very blessed that she stayed with us for such a long time.
Okay, that's great.
We also have another gal. Her name is Lisa, and Lisa's part-time with us. She's been with the store here about a couple years, and again, a terrific person, great designer, really good with our customers, very upbeat person. She has some challenges in life right now. There's some curveballs that have been thrown her way, and with all these challenges, it's amazing when people come in the store. I mean, you got to have a smile on your face no matter what you're dealing with within life, and she's able to do it, and it's really impressive. I can't speak enough about that.
Okay.
We also have a gal. Her name is Sue. She's our driver. She makes deliveries for us. She's been with us for maybe about a year now. The previous person had been with us for over 20 years. So during COVID, we kind of had to make a switch, which I maybe get into in a little bit. But so she's a terrific person.
Okay.
Then we also, I'm fortunate and blessed to have my kids.
Okay.
I have 6 kids in my family.
Oh, wow.
2 of them drive. So during the holidays or busy times and when we need extra help, can always call on my kids to come in and help make deliveries. Also have a couple kids that don't drive that like working the shop. So during busy times, they'll come in and help with various tasks, wait on customers, answer the phone.
Okay.
So just blessed to have that, to have them in my life and learning the business and getting them out there in the work world, so to speak.
Good.
Also can't forget about my father. My father's, he's 84, and he'll come in just to do like a delivery or two every day, gets him out of the house. And everybody likes seeing him when he comes in, and so no, it's blessed to have him. And we're also fortunate enough, we have a lot of people we can call on during the busy times that will just that are willing to come in and help out when needed. So
okay, great. So it sounds like it's a very, very big family and positive atmosphere.
it is, and no, keep saying it, feel very blessed.
Okay. Well, last year was a very interesting year, to say the least, with the whole pandemic and the COVID and everything. A lot of businesses were affected by that. How was your business affected by the whole pandemic?
Yep. So the pandemic, to be honest, really didn't see it coming. It was kind of caught us by surprise, like so many other people. So when the word came down, we had to shut our doors and kind of shut the business down. It was quite a shock, personally, and all the employees immediately here made it known they were filing for unemployment, which totally understood. We had our cooler over here was, loaded with flowers. Just again, so it was quite a shock. So
And how long was your doors closed?
So after 2 days of being totally shut and going stir crazy at home, I decided to come into the store, and within just a few minutes the phone rang, and it was someone that wanted to place an order. So I took the order, and then within a couple hours a couple more calls came in. So I did those deliveries. It was just me. And then later that night I did a little research online to make sure I wasn't breaking any rules or regulations by doing that. And fortunately, I found something the governor had put out in his mandate saying that retail establishments were allowed to make deliveries.
Okay.
So I thought that was an encouraging first positive sign for us. So I came in the next day, and fortunately the phones were ringing again, and then over like a week of doing this, I'm like, hey, there's at least a little something going on. And then my mom came in, and we're winding our product down, and then we made a decision to turn on the wire services. So the wire services in the flower industry are companies like FTD, 800 Flowers. These are companies that are online that gather orders, but they're not flower shops, so they need to find the retail florist to give these orders to fill for them. So as soon as we turned our machines back on, these orders started coming out.
Okay.
So no, things were like rolling along. But now during the pandemic, we were faced with an issue of all the major wholesalers in the floral industry were closed.
Yeah. Because now you're having problems with deliveries, and
we couldn't get product now, so we moved the product we had. So we found ourselves, and you do what you can do to survive, going to the grocery stores or produce junctions, and they had product, and so we were buying from them. I couldn't believe we were doing that. But at least we had product to fill orders that were coming in and keeping us like active in the community. And so then we were very blessed at this point in time. We found a little mom and pop wholesaler that we never knew about that was getting product, so we started buying from them. So then, to follow through with your question, the next greatest challenge with the pandemic was our health. We found ourselves in a situation where we needed more help than just my mom and I.
Yeah, and then because at this point it was just you and your mom in the shop.
Correct.
But you wasn't, at the same time, you couldn't have a lot of people in the shop.
Well, the doors were still shut, so yeah, we couldn't have anybody in the shop.
Okay.
And the people who had worked for us didn't want to come back. In all fairness, they were getting, I mean, nice unemployment checks, and we couldn't compete with that. And but we needed to figure out a way to try to get them to come back into the store.
Okay.
And so then the government, as you're probably aware, or the audience, came through with some grants, like these PPP loans, and the state of New Jersey had a couple things for small businesses to help you survive.
Okay. Okay.
And so we got some of that money, and were able to make an offer to our employees who were at home, basically to give them more money than they would have made on normal times, just to get them back in here. And fortunately, I feel very blessed. They agreed to come back in.
Okay.
And it was very part-time, but we were paying them, I mean, a full week's salary.
Okay.
And so just trying to meet like a middle of the road, and things were really like picking up, believe it or not, at this point. And so fortunately they stayed with us. Nobody left. And so no, I just feel incredibly grateful that we survived that period of time.
Okay. Because it seems like, you know, when you're doing your floor arrangements, you have to like be very creative, think outside the box. And it's like you took that whole concept and applied it to the pandemic to really think outside the box, to really stay afloat with things.
Yep. And one of the things with the pandemic that happened in our business or in our industry was people couldn't see their loved ones. So one way to communicate with your loved ones was to send them flowers.
Yeah.
And that really like became a really big thing for the business here.
So do you think their appreciation for what you do had grown during that time?
No doubt about it.
Okay.
Yeah, people would thank us consistently in the heat of the pandemic for being able to take the order and deliver it to their loved one.
Yeah.
And they were just so grateful. And I mean, we're grateful to get the business.
Yeah.
And they seemed even more grateful that someone was there for them to.
Yeah, because that is something, because it was a time period where you wasn't able to see, you know, your extended family, you know, your grandparents, whatever. So getting a floor arrangement from them, or any type of floor arrangement, to say, hey, you know, I'm thinking of you, I care about you, that really says a lot.
No question about it.
Yeah. And so this is the reason why I do these interviews, to show that we're all heroes in our very own way. What is the one valuable lesson you think you learned about the pandemic?
So, one of the lessons that I learned in life during the pandemic was to keep my faith. And I truly was able to keep this faith that God had a plan, and that things would work out. And I feel very blessed that this business survived the pandemic, while so many others did not, Seth. And I sit here today and say that this pandemic has made my faith even stronger today than it ever has been before. And it's brought me to a point in my life I feel actually challenged now to want to go out and try to like help others in some way.
Okay, that's great. If you could look at the camera and give a word of encouragement to a particular person or a group of people, who would it be, first of all?
So it would be to other entrepreneurs that are out there today. And
if you could look at the camera and tell them, what would you tell them?
So it's actually a couple messages here. So it's be resilient and agile. Figure out a new way to help others during challenging times. Build relationships with people in your community. And don't be afraid to partner up with them. I mean, partnerships can be such a valuable thing in growing your business, developing a business, staying alive during challenging times. Don't be afraid to ask your community for support. I mean, we're so blessed here at Nature's Gift that our community has been so loyal to us year after year. And so we had numerous people during the pandemic, as I said earlier in the interview, that they were so happy that we were here, and they wanted to support a small business, a local business. and they were like happy to help out. It was just a very amazing point of time that people were just had this mentality during such a challenging time. I'd also like to say, I just don't judge a person by the way they look or their appearance. It's just so important to treat everybody the same. Treat people the way you would want to be treated. It's just, I live by that philosophy, and I live by it here in this shop day after day. And the final thing I would say is surround yourself what I call the VIPs. And the VIP is a very inspiring people. We have been blessed here at Nature's Gift to achieve this, and it is definitely a big part of our continued success with the people that surround us here every day.
Man, that was powerful. That was very powerful. Mr. Dave Willey, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for doing this interview. Again, Mr. David Willey with Nature's Gift Flower Shop here in Voorhees, New Jersey. So thank you for having us, and thank you so much for watching this interview. God bless. Oh, hey everybody. Thank you so much for watching the Purpose Me interviews. If you or someone you know has an amazing story to tell and you would like to share it with us, feel free to contact me at readysetpurpose@gmail.com. Again, the email is readysetpurpose@gmail.com. Thank you so much for watching these interviews, and God bless.